Welcome to the meeting of the Permanent Building Committee of March 28th, 2019. Bill Kinsman sitting in for Bob Silk, who is not here tonight conspicuously. First order up is a secretarial invoice for 3/14/19.
Move approval of,
Hold on.
Move that we approve the Secretary's invoice for March 14, 2019.
One second.
Seconded by Bill or Ted. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do we have any other invoices?
We have two additional invoices.
Okay.
First is PJ Spillane invoice,
Oh, you mean the requisition?
says payment requisition for invoice, so
Okay.
call it what you want. We've always called them invoices. And it,
Copies of it, actually, if you need extra copies.
this is in the amount of $92,046.22. And it represents approximately 95% of the total project cost. This is requisition number 6.
why,
Do we have a second on
It's
that?
been reviewed by the engineer and
This was a letter from
Yes.
Dale Gina,
Yep.
and this is
Yeah.
appropriately signed.
We looked at it, Dale's team's looked at it, and we both agree on the amounts.
why 95%?
it's basically 5% retainage.
No, that's in
What's
the,
5%
plus
left?
retained.
It's
There's
five,
about 50,000 in
These the
retainage.
doors and.
Oh,
there's
it's 5% plus
yeah,
the
we're
retainage.
holding
Okay.
back, so there'll be a little bit of closeout, there'll be punch lists, they're still demobilizing a little bit, and, there's a couple doors that we need to take care of, so.
I mean, there's no money for the taking down of the staging in that 5%?
Yes, that's what we're holding back, so we wanna make sure that there's enough money for him to demobilize and get all that, and there's still another 5% retainage on top of that.
Okay. You guys are happy with that so far?
Yeah, so we've done the punch list on the outside of the stone. There's a little bit of punch list stuff remaining inside, but most of the brick and everything has been punch listed. The caps have been installed, so I think they're pretty far
So
along.
would I be accurate in saying that the staging will be down before April 1st?
Yes. Oh,
Because
April
I'm very
1st?
concerned,
Ah.
no, wait a minute,
Yeah, hold on.
wait a minute.
It's
Oh,
close.
Don't tell me it's not gonna be down.
Okay.
So I'll get a blowtorch and up there, take it down, you know.
Yeah, because Victor can't, I'm sure Victor must feel a little bit antsy about them taking the stage.
Well, not only that, but they'll be giving some money involved in it next month, and they should be at substantial completion. I asked them to give us an indication that they're at substantial completion. I have yet to see that.
So.
Are we gonna bounce that one into April too?
I talked to Mike a little bit about that today. I think we'll be in a position, by the time they're done, now that the cap is on and the flashing has been installed and the majority of all the materials or the staging has been removed, the interior has been removed, they've done the painting, I think.
They haven't done the painting. They still
We got a
working on-
credit,
huh?
I'm sorry, yeah, we got a credit on the painting.
Yeah, okay.
We got a little bit of painting and then those two doors to be installed. I think technically you can still use the building as you intend to use it.
Yeah, but what I'm worried about, substantial completion, is at the point where contractor will submit by specification,
Yep.
his punch list.
Yes,
And that'll be counted by the architect's punch list.
that's correct.
And then, as I understand it, they're 2 weeks out from that to finish the job.
Right. So with this one, because we're doing all the work on the exterior and using the staging, a lot of that punch list has been kind of going on before they take down the staging. So Mike
Mike's
is,
good with that?
yeah, Mike's looked at it and Dave's been, and they've been taking care of things as they go down.
Yeah, because every time I see him, he weighs that rather lengthy punch list at us, and I get a little concerned. No, I'm serious.
No, I got you. But yeah, I've talked to him about it and he seems to be on board the way we've gone so far.
So, based on this business about the flashing up on top, is he gonna give us a reading on that, how he feels about that? Mike Neal?
I did. I talked to him today about it. And again, it's not really flashing. It's more the termination of the base of the lantern.
Are we talking about outside or inside?
of the lantern.
Yeah,
So it's the bottom. So you know how you have the legs that come down,
yeah,
and where the legs meet the stone,
yeah.
just the copper itself, the bottom of it is a little. It's not as flat and as nice cut as we liked. He left it.
But
they
that's
left
the
it-
original copper.
Yes.
Yeah.
They left the original. You know, it's 100 years old, so they left a lot. Instead of just trimming it square with the
Yeah.
stone, they left the bottom pretty much the way it was. So they tried to straighten it out.
Well, what's underneath that? Is there stone with
Yes.
With-
Well, you have the capping stone.
underneath the original copper? What's underneath the original copper that was decided to be left in?
Inside the lantern.
I think. Well, there's no. This isn't flashing at all. This is.
No, I mean, what, is it wood, is it some other kind of roofing? Is that original copper part of the original roof that we've seen up there?
Yeah.
In other words, that just-
we didn't touch the center of the turret. That stays. That's remained the same.
I know, but it's still open to the weather, right? Isn't there?
No, that's closed. Yeah.
But the turret is gonna be closed in? I thought it was open.
No, the turret has a roof on it.
Yeah, but it's still open, it's like a,
Yeah.
it's like a
That's-
loggia kind of
Yeah.
construction.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that the rain can come in there and sit down on
Right.
that.
Yeah, we're not worried about the turret itself. It's the
No,
lantern.
I'm not
Oh,
worried about
okay.
it, I'm really trying to get to the thing it's sitting on,
Right.
because there used to be a hole up there.
Yeah. No, there's.
The drawings clearly show that there was a vent up there at one time.
Right.
And you know what? There appeared to be a vent up there when I was up there the other day.
Yeah, well,
And the mason's helper was sitting on it. And I went, wow, that must be pretty strong if he's sitting on it. So I believe that would be blocked.
well, the thing that bothers me a little bit, because I believe that is a kind of a vent to allow the combustion air to flow from up through the building and up, up the fireplaces and then eventually out. Because that's the way it's shown on the old drawings,
Is
on
it?
the Graham Ferguson drawing.
Okay.
So, just so you have a little bit of an idea of what's going on. So, quick section. You've got this is the stone, the top of the turret.
Mm-hmm.
Then this is the angle that comes up off of to hold the lantern. This is the leg of the lantern.
This is the outside wall right here.
Yes. Yep. And then this is the leg of the lantern. So what we're talking about is that as the framing comes in, this gets bolted in right to the existing
Yeah.
angle that comes up.
When you say bolting, what are you talking about?
So they bolted the frame of the lantern to the angle
Is that all that's holding that lantern, the bolts?
right now. Yeah. I'll have to check to see how
Find
these
out what kind
what
of
this
bolts those
connection
are.
is. Yeah.
What kind of bolt are they?
I will check. I don't know.
Because, we're talking 5/8,
Yeah. No, they're not. They're not 1/4-inch bolts.
I hope not.
So what we're talking about is as this sits on here, this kind of is. They left that somewhat open. So what we wanted to do is seal the little bit of the copper here on the back side of it, and then leave this part open. So if there's any condensation or any water that gets inside the lantern itself, it'll have location for
You
it
mean in
to
the lantern?
to drip down.
The piers that hold up the top of the lantern.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the only thing tying it to the existing, the capstone, whatever you wanna call it, is that,
Is the structure of those angles that hold that structure
yeah, but
together.
what, is there
Nothing's holding
flashing,
it to
is
the
there
capstone.
flashing underneath these legs, or is there a continuous, like sill piece here?
No, that's just the hollow copper. That's the hollow copper element.
Is there any way the water can sit there and go down into the wall? That's all I'm worried about.
Oh, no, it sits on top of the cap. So what we wanted to do, that's what I'm talking about. So this will come down. If we seal this backside, it'll hit the stone and pour out. If it's on this side, and if it's on this side of the lantern, it'll just drip out onto the roof.
Okay, what's here? This
This-
is they're just a regular capstone and parapet flashing?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So what did we finally do with this, the interior floor of the lantern area?
Yeah, I'll take a look at the photos. I'm
Because
not sure.
there may be an opening up there. Somebody may just drop a piece of plywood or something on
Right.
there. and-
Yeah, we'll take a look at that.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I think we have to consider that we have to get combustion air out of there. We gotta vent the place somehow, otherwise
Right.
we're gonna have a lot of moisture in that building.
Yes.
The dew points are in that east wall, we know that.
Yeah, no kidding. But I think we talked about I think when early on, we were talking about, we'll give you like a list of items of what we would recommend and how to maintain the building. You know, kind of keep the temperature at 50 degrees at all times if
Ain't
possible.
gonna happen.
Well, I hope it does, because you know, the town's invested quite a bit of money into the
Yeah,
building,
no,
so. I
well,
hope it-
well, okay. It's
Anyways,
impossible.
but we'll give you, and then, you know, standard maintenance, every 5 years, take a look at the sealants, you know,
But that
walk
could be
through
an
every year.
expense that they may, you know,
Right,
wanna
you'll wanna
negotiate
maintain it,
somewhere,
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Jerry made the motion. We need a second.
Well, I wanted to find out what we were seconding.
Okay.
Okay, I'll second it for now. But I would like to revisit this.
Sure.
Okay. Is there any further discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Next up, Jerry.
We have one more requisition for invoice from McKinley Council. We've had a couple of meetings in February with the town manager, trying to figure out where he wants to put all the various departments. Every time we have a meeting, it kind of changes. So we got another meeting coming up. They have been doing quite a lot of work in laying out the spaces. We're getting close, I think, to a plan that they can work with. This invoice is for the month of February 2019, the amount of $7,713.73.
And this progress update is basically the work
And
done for
that
it.
came with it, and I sent that
Yeah.
to you to explain what this was all about.
Second.
After all these discussions, who's gonna have the final sign off that, yes, this is the plan we're gonna go with? So it doesn't continue
This
to
lady right
change
here.
all the time.
Me.
We will have the final say on it, but as a practical matter, on a political matter,
Yeah,
we're not gonna do that until the town manager's happy. And the board.
so it's
is
really
happy.
the town manager in coordination with the selectmen.
And us, but we get to make the vote.
Yeah.
You're the only one.
I just, you see my concern, I'm concerned that,
No,
you know, they keep going to
well,
meetings and it just keeps changing and changing every time and.
But we're not gonna spend a lot of money going forward with design on a
Yeah.
process, and then the town manager says, but, and
Right.
it doesn't work.
Right.
You might as well get it done the first time
Oh,
around.
yeah.
I second the thing. because
I heard
somebody's
you,
into-
I heard you. So Jerry, can I get this right? You're saying not much more money is gonna be spent on this particular part of the project, until time comes? Because to me,
No, I didn't say that.
okay, go ahead.
This is about 40% of the biggest two pieces of the current contract. Brings it up to about 40%.
Okay. Well, here's what my concern is. We don't have the money, the town does not have the money to proceed with this project. And you seem to think that the actual physical work in this town hall is a long ways away.
True,
Could be a couple of years.
true.
I actually think that it's penny wise and pound foolish to spend money on what needs to go where, because it's, as you say, things change.
Well, but the whole point was you have to come up with a design, understand where you wanna go before you can even think about how you might phase it or whatever else.
I'm not worried about phasing.
And
I'm worried
the changes that are being made at the moment are not substantive in that sense. For example, looking at the third floor. Originally, we weren't gonna do anything on the third floor. But now, when the light department moves, and move Kathy and all those folks on the third floor over to the light department, and then open up the entire third floor to fundamentally an open workspace with two offices. So you'll have the planning department and the
ZBA and Concom.
and both up there. And then the building inspector, and electrical inspector, and plumbing inspector, and inspector, and whatever, will all be in little cubicles up there.
Oh, they're going to the third floor?
Yeah, it would be a planning and economic development
Mhm.
area with building inspector, so that anything having to do with any kind of building or development in the town will be on the third floor.
Can I make a suggestion? That's poor. The building department's probably one of the most active departments in this town in terms of traffic.
Well, actually, that's the reason we're moving them upstairs, is because it's not. And it's not going to be in the near future, because they're going to electronic permitting.
I'm sorry, as of right now, the towns that are trying that still have to take a paper permit.
Well,
Okay,
it doesn't mean our town has to.
yeah, okay. Because in Needham, the building department's on the first floor along with planning and all that. Those are the
Newton,
most
too.
active departments in the whole town.
City of Newton's the same way. The whole bloody mess is right on the first floor. And they got an army of guys.
Okay. All right,
So in any event, that's moving forward.
so Jerry has made a motion for, in the amount of $7,000.
$713.73.
Okay, and Ted has seconded. Is there any further discussion here? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Is that one? Because they're gonna move it over to the other.
So
Now you got your whole building, baby.
the chair would like to recognize Kathy Carney. Are you here just for that part of the,
I'm here for whatever.
I think she wants
It
to
kinda-
join the committee.
It kind of lets me know where you stand in different phases, so I know if a project's closing out, you know, is it midway, what I can expect down the road for the procurement end of it.
okay. All right,
If I get bored, I'm gonna leave.
so we're done with the
Have you ever been
invoices.
bored here, to be honest? Have you ever been bored sitting in?
No, I'll tell
just
you, you
curious.
guys always keep
Okay.
it lively.
So, can we have a motion on the approval of the minutes for 3/14, Jerry?
Move to approve the minutes of the meeting of March 14th as presented.
Okay, a second on that?
Second.
Seconded by Ted. Has everybody read the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Okay. We've talked about the chapel somewhat on this, but we have our owner's project manager here, John Racine, from RGB, so we'd like to hear from you, John.
Okay.
Wait, I have a question. You submitting an invoice, I understand you had an invoice you were gonna be bringing?
I do, yeah, I sent it earlier, but I apologize that I didn't realize we were having a meeting
Well, you're
tonight.
gonna have to wait till the next time.
And that's
Okay.
fine. It'll take you a little bit of time. I brought a proposal to address
Are
some
you
of the
submitting a
hours.
change order by any chance?
I am, yep. But take a look at
Do
it.
you wanna wait till then to talk about that?
Take a look at it. I'm happy to talk about it now, whatever you want to do.
Well, I haven't seen it, so I don't know
Yeah,
what it is.
Yeah, so I'll distribute it, and then you guys can take a look at it, and then before the next meeting, let me know if you have any questions.
Okay,
We're happy to take a look at it and do whatever we need.
but probably we'll come to that, or we can talk to you in the field, or.
Yeah, and again, hopefully I clarified it, but it's really just for Dave's time out in the field. Everything else will, I took care of in my own time and what we were gonna do. So, more importantly is the chapel. I have a revised budget, again. Change requests. So,
Any movement on our favorite change order?
haven't heard anything, no? My favorite.
So we're gonna-
I think Ted scared him to death.
I think
Which
you
which
did.
one's the favorite one?
They're asking for
The
general
one that's not
requirements
listed here, but still.
and general conditions for the extended time that they had in the field. And they tried to, when I say they, the masonry contractor gave me some information, and after looking at the information, I didn't see how that justified the change. So we rejected the initial request and gave them the opportunity to resubmit again on any additional information they may have that might help their case. So I think they're assembling their information at this point.
You guys gonna need a planning?
It's been, what, 3 weeks since you asked them,
Yeah,
and they haven't come forward with anything.
yeah, I think it's gonna
Maybe
be,
they felt it was weak, gave it one shot, and they're just gonna drop it.
maybe.
That's what we're hoping.
Yeah, so, in general, the buildings, the windows are at 95, or 95%
In case you guys
completed.
forgot.
Wait a minute, the
No,
one,
no, window project as a total.
okay.
You did
Not
that. I did this
installation.
For 11 for 56 years ago.
The,
How's your time? What's going on?
we're at 95% on the masonry, and we're also at least 95%, if not more, on the roofing and flashing.
Have you got an extra?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, you should probably get one.
Thanks.
She needs one of these.
Thank you.
Actually,
She's a
Yeah,
money.
if
this
you
is my
need that,
last one.
if you need, do you need this?
We
No,
can
I
share.
You
have a
got
copy
it?
of it
Okay.
here,
No,
If we can share it if you
Oh,
need.
no, we're all set. Thank you.
So I took a look at, Ted, after we talked and Bill and I, when Dave called me during the project meeting, I took a look at there was 2 or 3 remaining soft cost items that were kind of lingering in the budget. And I basically slid all that stuff over and simplified the cost number.
And the sliding is
So-
taking place on this sheet?
It did. So the sliding actually allowed us to gain some
Yeah, I noticed that.
some funding here.
Made-
So it was
made my
basically
trip here tonight worthwhile.
So it basically increased it by the 14,000 that there was 10,000 for inspections and 4,000 for
Yeah.
testing.
Yeah,
That ultimately we didn't need.
right.
I had it in as a balance to finish, but since we're not using it, I put it
We
back
have
into
no
the contingency.
intention or no need to use it, so it's
Right.
always,
Yep. So I also added at the bottom a little bit better tracking funding source. So basically, it shows that from the town, we've used a 1.1 million base. We've also used the additional 225,000, and now we're into the 400,000 from historic by 114, almost
It's Community
115,000.
Preservation Act, not the Historical Commission.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was it again?
This, the Community Preservation Act,
Oh, okay.
Actually,
fund.
it's from the Community Preservation Commission that we got the money, but it's, the act is what enables the money.
That's what it is.
so the number, the second one in is the one we're looking at, right? That's the hard number, 1,439,911 and 65 cents.
That's what you paid out so far.
Okay,
So if you go up to project total, which is just above the funding source line,
yeah,
Ted,
yeah,
you go across, that first, so far, soft costs, hot costs, everything, all the change orders that we've had so far, you're at 1.581.
I got you, I'm with you.
And we've paid out 1.439 with a balance of 141,000. So the good news is that you still have the 285, but you have to pull the 140 out of that, right? Because we haven't paid that out yet. So that's
Okay,
kind
but do you
of,
think that's gonna bring us to the finish line?
I think it's close.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's 145,000?
No, that's, so what you have left in your contingency, if everything stopped today, you'd have 53,000.
I see you've got the change order, number 3 for the roofing guy.
Yeah,
Okay. Has he started that?
no, he's gonna pull out a bucket truck.
Oh. Is he gonna give us
He's gonna
another
park-
song and dance about the trouble he's having with the guys back at the tin mill shop?
No, I haven't heard yet.
Well, we were getting a little,
Yeah,
Exposure
there's
to that,
always,
yeah.
yeah, there's always something going
Yeah.
on. I think the field guys probably have a little bit of. The field guys don't always necessarily agree with the
Yeah.
shop guys.
Actually, the field guys told me the other day when they were setting the lantern that they liked doing this. It was definitely something different.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
the shop-
They loved it.
I mean, I don't know how many times you get a neo-Gothic lantern to work on.
Yeah, not many.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
impressive.
yeah.
Did you notice, Kathy, the way they aged the finials on
I
that?
did.
The finials, all the finials
I
except
keep
one.
wanting to say, quote the
Right.
raven
Remade.
nevermore.
Right.
You wouldn't know it.
Yeah, right.
Really, that's nice.
Yeah.
I remember there was some
Blends in
pictures of how it
beautifully.
was going, but
Yeah, it's pictures
Did you
of
see that?
new raw copper. You know, the gold
Yeah,
that you
it's
typically the
true.
copper
I thought we'd
colors.
seen a picture where they started to.
Yeah, and then they
Color.
brought somebody in from, I think it was like South Carolina or Virginia area up to patina it
Really?
to match. Yeah,
Interesting.
Those guys really know about patina down there.
yeah, apparently.
Can I ask you a question? One of the things you
Sure.
said. So,
Yeah.
bottom line here, if we go way down the bottom here,
Yep.
out of the money spent, there's 285 still to be spent. 285,000
Well,
not spent
I
yet,
gotta look at it.
it's one. You still have to spend 140.
and 141 is going to come out of that,
Yes.
which is going to leave 144
Actually, the
or so left.
Take a
But you
look
said
at
there
the
was-
stone next
there's
time.
53 left?
Yeah. There's,
Tie this 53 number to the difference between these two.
Yeah, so what I did is, I think I still need to check to make sure that all my balance to finishes are 100%. because if you go to the next sheet, the 8.5 by 11,
Yep.
it's, if you go to total contingency, we're at 1.725, and the next number is 1.581
Yep.
down at the
Yeah, a
bottom.
delta of one.
That gives you a delta of 143.
Right.
We have 90,000, almost $91,000 worth of changes so far. That gives you a remainder of 53,000. So I got to check to make sure that I'm not either
But that,
fully deducting or
Isn't
something.
that 90 in the other side somewhere?
I'm sorry.
Isn't that 90,000 over here?
It is. Oh yeah, it's already in here.
yeah, it's a,
Yeah, but this is a way of checking the contingency straight out from what the total.
Okay, so we had a total.
I was thinking more total
We had a
left in the
total
budget.
Yeah,
We had a total obligation of $1,725,000.
that's correct.
When
Yeah,
we do all of
that's
the
this number
contingencies,
here.
right,
Yeah,
when we do all of the payments and all of the expenses that we know about today,
right,
we should have 285,000 left, minus 141,
right,
Right.
which comes out to be 143,975.
Right.
right.
Okay,
Okay.
But there's right. we
Of
still
which
have to pay.
53,000 is
Yeah.
technically
Is
contingency.
changes, yes.
The rest is just leftover.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, that was
It's
a,
like it's there.
What,
It's a little
uh,
tough to explain, but that's exactly it.
Is FF&E Design Services, that,
Now this is.
that's an open number, there's nothing there, right?
No.
Yeah, so what this is based on is I use this format for a number of other
Yeah.
projects,
Yeah,
and
I
then,
understand, that's okay.
yeah. And I should start crossing some of this stuff out and make your lives easier.
It's a generic form.
it makes your life more
We
difficult
got it.
though.
Yeah, that's
No need.
Okay, no, I think we're right there, looking at this.
Yeah.
Now, some benches and a podium were restored there.
Yeah,
They were revarnished and everything. Is that coming out of your money, is that
I
coming out
think
of
it's coming
cemetery?
from the cemetery.
yeah, that's
You weren't,
yeah,
that wasn't
us.
involved in
No?
this part at all?
No.
Okay.
They did a hell of a job,
Yeah.
too, it's beautiful.
Mhm.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they refinished them,
Nice.
and
Look
then
brand new.
they're having some cushions made to go on the two
Oh,
benches as well in there,
Nice.
so it looks nice.
That was a complete surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Paul took me in the other
Yeah.
room the other day
Yeah,
to
oh,
show me
yeah.
them.
Yeah, we
Those
went
things
there,
glow.
Mark
Ah.
Ryan and I did too,
Oh,
it
no
was the
kidding.
gentleman up on 1A, the restoration place by Windsor Gardens.
Oh, okay, that always has like a piece
Yes,
of furniture out front.
he's the
Yeah.
one who did it.
Great.
He did them, and they look
Are they
really
original
nice.
to the building?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So he stripped them down. and
Neo-Gothic.
Yeah,
They're mortise and
All the way.
tenon joints.
yeah,
Yes.
and very ornate inside
Oh.
on the edge of it.
Very
Yeah.
ornate.
Mhm.
Wow, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, I have to take a peek. They're in the garage, the office of the cemetery
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
They're
Come to the
nice.
weekly
Well,
meeting. We'll show you.
Great.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I think we're looking pretty good at this point.
I think so.
Yeah.
There's
But,
always
it
something
doesn't-
that's going to kind of
It
linger.
isn't gonna let us
but-
up on the negotiations, if that's where we are on number 15. I'm still worrying about that, because when you don't hear from those guys, you have to start worrying.
Yeah, they're planning something.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
mean, the next thing you get a call, you don't wanna get, that kind of thing.
Right.
What was the
No,
amount?
I don't know if it. I mean, the outstanding or the monies in difference, I think was 19,000.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
that's going to be the
But we
start.
didn't
Yeah.
agree with
That's
the
the
way
one
they
you
calc-
rejected.
That's correct.
the way they laid all those tasks on there, I didn't agree with them,
Yeah. Neither did we.
yeah.
There was a few items that they didn't quite have the right backup, so we asked them for that. If they wanted to claim it, you got to give me a little bit better backup.
But, I would really like to see some hard numbers on that number they have for the staging. I
Yeah.
mean,
They could have bought the staging for what they want.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it
And
was.
they don't.
It was pretty elaborate, I gotta say, for the size of the project, but yeah, it's been a
No, I
heavy
mean,
staging
but
number.
it's curious that they haven't said anything about it, and maybe you could kind of call them up and find out what's going on with
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
How'd they make out with the roof that had to be fixed up, the copper roof?
It's
That
it's
damage?
beautiful.
Yeah, nice.
It's too bad that you can't see
I
it.
know, it's a
Yeah.
shame you
Get
can't
the,
say
get
it.
the drone
is.
up there so you can.
Yeah.
take
But it all
a
went
look.
well as planned and came out nice.
Yeah, it took a little longer, a lot
Yeah.
longer than we had hoped. But once they got things going, they really tied the through wall flashing into the roof. I mean, it should last
They
another.
put the rafters in the
another
way they were
100 years.
supposed to put them in.
The rafters, yeah.
Good.
so
Yeah, that
apparently
was-
they changed the drainage for the scuppers because they were leaking.
Yeah, so what was happening, and I think there was, after the roof was completed, there was evidence that there was still water kind of coming in, and everyone kind of thought that it was those those collection boxes that was contributing at least to that area. And it was pretty clever. They basically bypassed the collection boxes with piping.
Straight into
And
the.
it went right into, they used the box basically as a hiding,
Mhm.
just kind
Hide the pipe,
of
yep.
there. So
Picture
they're
is
gonna,
really good. They
yeah,
kept,
yeah, they did a nice job. And that seemed to have solved the issue with any additional moisture coming in. So this last request was around $3,700 to redo the boxes, which was in the original scope. I don't know if you remember, we pulled that out to make it more affordable, but they definitely needed addressing.
Never
So-
pull a roofing detail out to make it more affordable, because it won't.
Yeah, it's gonna come back and get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bite you all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, so the boxes are gonna be redone by Shay.
on the outside of the building.
Yes, the
Yeah.
two of them, yes.
Yeah.
And it's something that we can put behind us and say, why did we do this? And it's good because the copper up there was mighty thin.
And the pipes will stay there anyway. The pipes
Yes.
will stay in.
Yep.
That they put in already.
Yeah,
Yes.
they'll solder the nipple in onto the roof and then permanently install those.
Good.
The only
I'm sorry, go ahead.
one of the items that because the collection box is so big and it is kind of at the end, it's going to be prone to collecting, all the leaves and everything like that. So every year somebody really needs to go up there, pull all that out, and it'll extend the life of that for decades.
Don't look at me.
You can't get up there.
I don't go up on roofs.
Cut
Put you
down
up in
the
the bucket
tree.
truck.
I'm sorry.
Cut down the tree.
Cut down the tree. Well, the trees are nice. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it.
By the way, there was a subject brought up about some kind of a louver in one of the basement openings.
Yes.
And,
Yep.
So we're still
Yep.
looking into that. But we got to have some air passage there.
Yeah, that was part of the, and I'll have to look at the plan again, I don't have them with me, but that was part of the original, that little areaway in the back.
Yeah, there was two. There was a window and a door.
Yeah,
And I think the window part might have been the way they got the air in.
right,
But everything's been, actually, they put a box over the top of that particular,
Where the
Right, it
door
doesn't
is,
allow that.
is a
Yeah.
box.
what?
Where the door is, there's a box.
Okay, well, there's a box and,
Yeah.
and,
The
but there's
window
still,
is, yeah.
I know if there's a window, but we were talking about solving the problem by sticking a weather louver in with a probably a gravity damper on it or something like that.
Yeah,
So when the
I
fan
think that
starts
would
up on
help.
the boiler, it would automatically open up.
Any way that we can get circulation through that
Yeah,
building is
we
gonna
gotta
help.
do it, and Bill can actually size it for us, so.
There you go.
Easy.
That big.
No, it's
No, I'm just,
We
This-
just
this big.
need to know, what the input is on the boiler, on the furnace, and, there's actually a formula for it, or one permanent opening method.
Well, will there be enough draft though for a gravity damper, as opposed to just a louver? I'm not sure of that.
I'll
in the
tell you,
basement is not
I'll
much
tell you
fun.
the size of the louver, or whatever you put in there.
Yeah.
and then
Well, you
take it
gotta,
from
you
there.
gotta, first of all, you gotta make sure you get the free flow.
That's right.
Yeah, the
Right, it's
blade,
not like there's a fan that's gonna be
yeah,
able to
because
open that
the
gravity.
louver comes out like it has to be, 6 square feet or something like that, then that's the actual free flow, so that the louver could be twice that safe.
right, right.
And it's
Yeah,
not gonna
depends
be
on how
6
that's gonna
square feet.
No, I
Let
mean,
me
it's
tell
just,
you.
I grabbed that one out of the straps.
I know you did.
So
Yeah.
we'll want one with a rain blade on it and all that kind of stuff, but, I think we can resolve this thing, it's not a big deal. Now that we're coming into some money here.
Easy.
Do you have a date for the rededication yet?
Well, we're thinking May 18th. It's a Saturday.
Hasn't changed.
No, it has not changed. Ted and I are working on the plaque right now.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Great.
We're gonna have Donnelly Advertising make it for us, it's 14 feet that
Don't
way.
listen to
and-
him.
Covers up the stained windows, right?
Better be neon if it's that big.
Nice.
By the way, the windows, I don't know if you noticed
Oh,
them the
I
other
did.
day.
I did.
Did you
They-
go inside the
I
building?
did. Mhm.
Oh,
So-
sunk her in?
The
Patty
one on
Fanning
the,
was
the
there,
one
too.
on, that he did on the
Patty
east side,
Fanning was there,
Oh,
too.
she knows I'm trying to get in touch
there
with
was-
Patty Fanning.
that's
You know
the
her-
bottom part of that. It's not original
Does
glass,
she live in
but you would
Lawrence?
think that it is.
Cause I got a 978.
Yeah, he really-
It's got the main one over
He's
the
really
door is
particular.
finished.
Yeah,
Two on the west side are done.
okay.
Well, that
He
might
was
be
working
a-
on the east
like
side.
a-
Yeah, so he had to swing in,
a
so he swung
mobile
in a
phone
bit.
or something.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Nice.
It was, he's shaky in the paperwork, but he's really knows stained glass.
Yeah, he's not big on paperwork.
Do we still have a motion out, or we all done?
No, we don't
I
have
think we're good.
But we do want to get a copy of that proposal you had.
Oh, yeah, I'll just distribute it, you guys take a look at it and give me a ring. One way, I'm sure someone will give me a ring. So this is the last invoice that we had for this past month. And then I put I put a little request in the back. And then also I added I gave you a copy of our original proposal to reference, so you're not going back looking for it.
Wish you guys wouldn't give me so much paperwork.
You know,
Well, he can email them to you, you know, and you can just look at them
I
online.
can do that. Yeah, didn't I give you a big binder too for all this stuff?
You did, you
We
did.
can get you a new
We'll fill out
smartphone
for
And
it.
I
and send it
thank
all
you for
that
that,
way.
huh?
Yeah.
We can get you a new smartphone and send it
No,
all that.
don't start, don't confuse me. I've got enough confusion.
All right, so we'll take a
So,
look at this.
yeah,
next-
take a look
for
and,
next time.
oh, you know what, I gave you one that's marked up, let me give you the green one.
All right, that works too.
My wife has a smartphone, she hasn't been able to figure it out, she's had it for 2 years.
I have a flip phone.
Do you have any grandchildren?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, give them to
We'll
them.
figure it out for you.
It'll take about 2
They're down in
seconds.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
I've got one now, wants my card.
Ah.
Okay, John, do you have any more for us?
No, I'm happy to answer any,
Okay.
did everyone see the lantern go up?
No,
No.
Oh, I was up there.
I didn't get the email.
Oh, you didn't, I'm sorry. I thought it was, I thought we talked,
Did you guys film it or something?
Yeah, were you able to, cable was there as they were lifting it up, I guess.
hmm,
NCM was there as they got it on the crane or on the, yeah, and got it up on the top, so they have a video.
Yeah.
nice.
okay.
Yeah,
I apologize, I thought you were on the,
Jerry,
on the-
have you seen it?
yeah, I
I
sent
have
the, I
some-
sent the
yeah.
email
Okay.
to him.
Okay.
as well.
I
didn't
saw
know
the
if you
picture
had
that
seen
Kathy
it.
sent,
Yeah,
and
no, I
also
did.
Yeah.
Nice.
took a walk
Yeah.
by there. It's only a mile from my house.
yeah, it
Far
does,
from
it
any
does
of our
change
houses,
the,
yeah.
it really does change the look of the building.
I
It
can't
does.
ever remember, you know, you drive by it so many times. I don't know how long has that been down, do you know?
The lantern been down
Yeah.
since the hurricane, which was 8 years ago, something like that. The same time the roof was fixed.
Oh,
It was
okay.
6 years ago.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years. Mhm.
Wow.
Do you have a picture of it when it was laying on its side crumpled up?
Yeah.
So you can do the, here it was, here
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is, and
yeah.
be able, because that would be great on the webpage too.
Okay,
and-
yeah, we
Mike
also
Nee-
have,
Mike Nee has a picture of it in the close-up picture
Yep,
in the shop.
yeah, I mean, we'd like to get some of this on the town's webpage, at some
Yeah.
point probably on your PBC page, and upload some of these photos on there so people can see, because I think on your page, when we put it together, we were still talking about doing this project. But now if we can grab some of these pictures, you know, with the PVC's okay, and post it up there and say, here's the process from start, you know, a month later, 2 months later, and all the rest. And
Yeah.
then have it with the lantern going up there and a picture of that. And then when you do your May dedication or rededication,
Mhm.
be able to have that on there. And it'd be great, this would
Okay,
be the first
sure.
time that we'd really be able to have start to finish of a project electronically and put it on the PBC's page. I think that would
Nice.
look really good.
sure, we'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, so if
I
you
know
wanna-
Dave's got a lot of progressive
Yeah,
photos as
and
it
that's
goes.
what would be great. And you guys can decide, you know, we can bring them all in and I can print them up and then you can say, okay, these are the ones we want to have it and show it. And then maybe do a small blurb about, you know, who the contractors were, all the rest, and put it on your page. Because I think it's important for the PVC, for everyone to see the work that goes into this, that it's great, most people hear about it, it's funded at town meeting, and then they don't hear about it again until construction's complete.
Yeah.
And instead they can see that, you know, a 8-10 month project, this is everything that went into it.
I think Bill should make a presentation at town meeting also.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely, when you have the annual and you wanna be, showing it. But I think to have it, for a while anyway, until your next project, have it up on your webpage so that if people go to see what's going on with the PVC, they'll have it, and it's good for you guys to say,
Yeah,
hey, go to the
we're
knowledge
happy to
page
do it,
and you
yeah.
can see what we were taking
Yeah.
care of,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll be happy to
Mhm.
to give you.
good.
I'll throw it on a flash drive next time Dave comes.
Yeah, yeah, that would be
by, or
great.
if I come
Mhm.
I'll do a reading of The Raven as a backup.
Couple episodes. Okay.
Thank you.
Great.
All set.
So
Okay.
we're gonna be back out there Tuesday?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Because I want to go back to substantial completion. We really, really want that certificate. I don't know why, and I think I know why. I think you hear what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think, like I said, I talked to Mike earlier, and I think we're both on board. You'll be getting it. It'll be pretty close. So.
Want to have it before the end of the month. I really, really want to do that.
Okay,
Because it's so important.
sure.
Did you have one extra copy of the big sheet that we could latch on to for the,
I'm sorry.
Okay, Linda can have this.
Okay.
John, I didn't get the
Um,
invoice.
okay.
Oh, the invoice, Linda needs the invoice.
This package. I'll make another copy
Oh,
before,
no,
I think when you
yeah, I
have
think
my
that's the
copy.
last one I have.
I'll make another copy before we leave, that's fine.
Under other business, Jerry,
Oh,
do you,
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
do you wanna
Linda,
talk
Linda
about
has
the
it.
town hall at all?
No, but I do have other business.
Okay, go ahead.
So last week,
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay,
you, John.
As always.
Not that you can't stay and listen to other business if you
Oh.
want, but I don't think you will.
Yeah, okay.
You have
Okay,
nothing
business
else
at
to
home.
do, right?
And it's always new business.
At home?
Always.
there was an issue that came up last week regarding voting when we only have a quorum. And I disagree with Ted on the number of votes that we need, so I asked town council for an opinion. Town council's opinion is that if we have a quorum of 4 people, we only need a majority or 3 votes.
That's not the way the law reads.
Well,
Robert's
Dave
law.
DeLuca is the law.
Huh?
Dave DeLuca is the lawyer that wrote that. Town lawyer wrote that.
It's in Robert's law.
Well, let's think about Robert's law for a minute.
No, let's not. I'm
Because,
not gonna, I'm
because
not
town
gonna argue
hall,
the point.
I mean, town meeting runs under Robert's rules of law. If we have a quorum, we can do that with half the members present. You don't need to have a supermajority.
I know what the thing said.
Okay, you said you didn't wanna talk about it, Ted, neither do I. Because I read the same thing that you did, Ted, under Robert's rules, and what I read was different, and town meeting used to operate under Robert's rules, so I don't understand why.
Let's leave it. Let's leave it. It's getting ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
We have a difference of opinion, and let's just agree to
Looks
that.
like it's just something that's just gonna go on article to article.
Well, it may be a disagreement of opinion, a difference of opinion, but it makes a big difference if we don't have 4
Move the
votes.
question. Come on, let's go.
And so we need to just recognize that that's what the town council says.
Well, he can say it, I don't know what to say. He can say it, but under Robert's rules, I read the same thing you did.
Never mind. Go, forget it. It's not gonna go away. Just,
Is there any other business?
no.
I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Oh, I'm sorry, let's set up dates.
I'm gonna.
Let's set up dates.
Ted.
Ted.
Okay.
Mr. Callahan.
What?
When will Spillane be looking for their final payment?
Well, it's, right now it's contingent on that substantial completion because there's a term that comes after that to do the punch list. They have 2 weeks to do the punch list. Anything after that point that's still outstanding, they have to issue a monetized punch list. And
Oh.
then that's when it gets tricky, so,
All right, we're gonna have a trailer meeting on the 2nd, the day
yeah,
after the voting.
right.
And you said after that, they have 2 weeks, that puts us to the 16th. To
No,
complete the
I was hoping that they would issue it like dated they can't issue it on the 30th or 31st, so they'd have to issue it tomorrow. If they, failing that, they'd have to go to the 1st or 2nd of April.
Okay, if they issued it the first,
Yeah,
then Spillane would have 2 weeks, that would bring us to the 15th.
right.
So we can meet on the 18th if we need to.
Okay. Well, he didn't submit his bill, or did he? Did he submit his bill?
This one he just gave us?
This thing here?
No,
No.
I mean, we're gonna look at it. He didn't seem to be in a big hurry.
No.
A little more about it.
So should we wait till the 25th?
25th is town meeting, special
No,
town meeting.
Town meeting doesn't affect us.
You
No one
guys-
here is,
oh, no one
you're
is a
not- are you a
member?
town meeting? No, no one here is a
Oh,
town
okay.
meeting member anymore.
Here's what I suggest. We meet on the 9th.
The 9th.
On Tuesday?
Yeah, so I'm hoping that they'll have the thing done and done, except for the hollow metal doors.
Well, even if they dated it the first, Ted, 2 weeks would be the 15th.
Yeah, but they don't have that much to do, because it's not so much, that's the whole term. They can actually finish it before the term.
Okay, and why the 9th instead of the Thursday, the 11th?
Well, because we will have the meeting that day, wouldn't we? The budget meeting? I don't know, I mean, you wanna make it the 16th and.
I mean, he's talking about our meeting.
I know what he's talking about.
But why do you wanna go to a Tuesday?
No, the Tuesday will be because that's a project meeting. And at that project meeting, I would anticipate, and maybe it's just sticking my neck out.
Oh, okay, so you, oh, I tell you what, let's tentatively set a date for the 11th. If that doesn't happen, we'll push it to the 18th.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I really meant the 11th, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'm looking at the wrong calendar. I can't see so good with these glasses anymore.
No problem.
Okay. I really think we've got to have this thing closed out by that date. Just because, you know, we just can't keep going like this.
okay, so now I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
So,
Happy trip, Jerry.
Jerry, did you say there's another meeting? Saturday?